Peace to the family. How's everybody doing? I hope you're doing real good today. I hope you're doing exceptionally well. And I'm here to talk to you all today about humility in real estate. You might say, what does one have to do with the other? Well, depending on how successful you are, you might wind up being put in a position where people want you to become humble. Now, what exactly does it mean to be humble? Think about it. What does it mean to be humble? That's a good question right now. I've been traveling all over the place. I am growing a little fatigued, but I had a very busy schedule. So those of you that's been keeping up with me see me in Miami with my daughter. From Miami, you knew I had to drop her off to Beverly Hills, pick up her mother, go to New York for the boxing fight, hang out with some of the people that I mentor in the boxing industry. Then I had to go to Detroit per the acquisition of some real estate that we got out there, several properties, 8 in number. And now I'm back here in Cali and I have to work my way back to New York. It's a rough schedule. It's a very rough schedule. But somebody got to do it. Okay? Somebody got to do it. So, what is humility? Humility is a modest view of one's own importance. Let's think about that. Humility is a modest view, having a modest view of one's own importance. Words are very important. And whenever people emphasize certain ideas over and over and over, I always like to double check the word. It's something that my pops put into me from the time that I was a youth, under 8, because you know he left at a certain time when I was young. And shout out to my pops. I would go years without talking to him. He'd be his own way, I'd be my own way. Since our last build, we've been talking to each other every single day. We've never called each other on back-to-back days, ever. Since this whole ordeal with him leaving and me growing up to be a man at it. That doesn't mean we had beef, but I gotta tell you, reconciliation is real. Reconciliation is real, and we finally had the type of talk that was necessary, and I'm glad I had it with my pops while he's still alive. And so we've been talking to each other day to day. How you doing, son? Hey, what's up, pops? And I think that's great. We didn't have no beef per se that was verbalized or expressed through actions, but we wasn't talking to each other like that. But it was always love, because you know I came to terms with certain things, but nothing's better than really talking to that person directly. And finally, he finally opened up. So I guess him in older age, he's doing some things he wouldn't normally do. Like do some things that his obviously younger son would do. Like get on the camera. I'm surprised he even did that. So I'm appreciative that my father even got on camera and I was able to share him with y'all and share our experience with each other, all of us together combined. It's such an amazing feat coming from my pops, because he doesn't deal with none of that. So I'm grateful for that. And yeah, I gotta soon get myself ready to get out of here. The boss lady is probably showing up anytime soon. There she go. There goes the boss. What, I'm supposed to get off now? All right. You know when she comes, it's like the damn Grim Reaper.
I love the weather out here. I'm good.
Ain't the Detroit weather. We ate good in Detroit, that's for sure. What's up, beautiful? What's up? Dope.
I thought it was cold. I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
When I came out, it's like hot. So.
I know. Hey, let me explain this. So someone said to me, ever since you got that Gucci bag, you've been running it. First of all, you don't know when I got the bag. And my family will tell you, I hold on to stuff for so long. And then one day, because I'm not into like just shopping. So I like to buy enough stuff. And then when seasons change or events manifest, then I like to pull something out. But because I've been with my girls so much, my daughters, and moving around and traveling, I know just like the mothers are, they carry extra things all the time, and I'm always carrying my own stuff. And then I wind up having bags all over my hands, right? I wind up having bags and everything in my hands. So what happens is, I'm like, you know what? I got a book bag. Let me start bringing my book bag. Don't OD on me, family, but y'all could put some of your stuff in my book bag. And I don't mind carrying it. I just don't like carrying stuff in my hand. I'm always carrying 2 or 3 books on me everywhere I go. So bad enough I got to carry my books, but then my wives, they want to carry stuff, but then they have stuff in excess that's they're not going to look cool if they carrying it. So I got to carry it. They always carry something for me to carry and something for them to carry. What they carry is accessorized. They got to match what they doing. If the shit don't match, but they need it, it's going to go in my pocket or in my hand in the bag. The shaking the head, right. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So, that's what I got to do. Sister Nep had said, hey, I'm in that.
Hey, Sister Nep hat. You always tune in.
That's right. It's cool. Just getting a look at this beautiful view before we get ready to fly out again. I know you like, yo, we catch planes like cabs. That's exactly what it is. Okay. Sorry about that. Cool. Yes, so humility is to have a modest or low view of one's own importance. Think about that. Humility, okay, is to have a modest or low view of one's own importance. Here's where I got to turn up. Start sharing the video. Think about that, Nat. You know how people tell you to be humble, right?
Yeah.
You know, people always say be humble, be humble, be humble, right? So what if you look up the word and it tells you that for you to be humble, you have to have a modest view about, or a modest or a low view about your own importance. Then would you care to be humble a lot of times if you knew humility means to have a modest or a low view of your own importance? Now, in a world where people may be, let's say you as a sister, right? Dark skin, natural hair. That has been shunned quite often. And I would imagine you would need a certain amount of confidence, right? To overcome the stereotypes of how dark is ugly, or if you got natural hair, you're not really taking care of yourself. You heard this type of stuff. People are growing into consciousness. But while you was working hard, right, on how culturally significant and important it is to your household, as far as you being a woman, as far as you being a mother, because your daughter got to look up to you and see how you're carrying yourself, seeing your complexion, seeing your hair, and she's, imaginably so, she's going to get her confidence from you. She's going to get her confidence from you. That means you have to be aware of your own importance to that situation.
I was just speaking to my daughter just this morning, just now before I left. She's like, "Mom, you so pretty, you so beautiful." She said, "Oh, I want to do my hair like yours." I was like, "Okay, just let me know when." I'm like, it is what it is. Like, it starts at home, you know. Like, I'm Nubian, obviously, and so is our children. So it means a lot for me to have a positive impression on my daughter's life as far as image and mentality is concerned. So to hear those words coming from her, it means a lot.
Yes. So now you obviously play an important role in her life, right?
Yeah.
So knowing how important it is to demonstrate African beauty in its most organic sense, based on just what we see when we see you. How humble do you really got to be? If humble means to have a modest, right? When you got people attacking and tearing down this image, always want to show you the sister with the straight hair, always want to show you the light-skinned straight hair sister. No knock to them. But we talking about you and your disposition, because the light-skinned straight hair sisters got their beefs and stereotypes that people throw on them. But we're not talking about them right now. We're talking about you, right? So knowing how there's a certain part of society that's always tearing you down as a sister or looking to undermine you, is it time to be humble when people are looking to destroy the significance of your beautiful black image? Or do you got to boss up? And what I mean by boss up, do we got to swag out? What I mean by swag out, now we got to go in to make sure they get every cent of them up in here, right? How important it is for you to say, you know what? I'm just not going to be humble, especially if humble don't mean knocking other people or disrespecting other people.
Right.
Humble in this particular context means what? That you are going to have to protrude your chest. You are going to have to say or assert yourself in such a way that you are important.
Right.
You're not going to take a modest role or lesser your significance, because to be humble is to take a modest or a lower role as far as your importance is concerned. Okay? It means to say, you know what? I'm not as important right now. I'm not looking to give it an impression I'm that important. That's what humility means. I know what the damn word means. I look up this word to make sure I know what I'm talking about. So there's a time to be humble, right? When you're not that damn important. That's when you should be humble. But when you are important to a situation, why should you play a lesser role? That's my question. Should you be humble in this day and time when it comes to your demonstration of beauty, knowing the mass media propaganda that's out there to destroy the image of a beautiful black woman, dark skin, natural hair, broad nose, big lips, oval shaped, almond shaped eyes? This is our phenotype.
Right.
This is our genetic tradition. Why should we have to be humble? Why should we take a lesser role for how significant we are if we already know we are significant?
Honestly, we've been humble for far too long.
That's true.
If you use the word in the proper context.
That's a fact. I mean, come on. What's some of the things you heard about being dark skinned, or what's some of the names that you used to get called when you was?
Well, honestly, because I'm from Guyana, the sun is totally different. So I was darker than this. I was called Blackie. This is from my family members. They would call me Blackie or Night. You know, like they just had jokes. But for me, you have to have tough skin. You know, and I was like, you know what? It is what it is. At a point for me, when I came to the United States, I looked at the media, and the only person that I've seen that I can relate to was actually Foxy Brown.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Right? So remember when we got up and we built it, she was like honored and everything, but she actually gave me an image that I can look up to, like as far as complexion and features are concerned.
And her being celebrated and appreciated as beautiful.
That's right.
Man, that's right. Deep. I remember you and Foxy got along so much.
Yeah,
still do.
That's my homie. Man, I love Foxy.
Man. And so, you know, and you know, this is why you don't see humility from me a lot of times. Because while I'm engaging my wife and having a discussion, someone says, and she humbly stays quiet while he's talking on and on and on. But what is it that I'm talking about in the first place? She's listening. She's listening.
There's a time for everything.
Yes, and I know.
And at the moment, I was listening to everything he had to say.
That's a fact.
I don't see anything wrong with that.
That's exercising humility. Like, you know what? This man has the platform. He has the right to speak on what he's saying. I'll humbly await him to close out so she could come in.
That's right.
And then I do vice versa. But it's like I'm creating a situation here. This ain't no damn talk show. This ain't, you know, the host got to be quiet more times than the person he's talking to.
Right.
No, this is me painting a certain imagery because she walked in on the situation. I didn't know what part of the conversation I'd be in when she comes. But the reality is this, and it came to mind when she came. As I'm looking at her, I'm like, you know what? She had to fight through the pitfalls and the hurdles that come with her being her complexion. That's a fact. And it wasn't always this popular to be black. And now what they want to do...
Guess what? It wasn't always this popular, but however, I'm not going to bleach my skin. I was born this way.
Facts.
I'm just going to embrace this. When I wear the little eyeshadows and stuff, I'm enhancing what I have. I'm not trying to take away from what I have. You still see me. Like when I take this off, my eyebrows, and you know, you still see this face. You still see this hair. And sometimes, yes, I know I switch up my hair because I want a different look. But I'm still natural.
And also, like she told me, sometimes I'm going to give my hair a break from picking it all the time. Or sometimes...
protective styles.
sometimes we on the move and I'm moving around so much. Sometimes she want to sleep on the plane. She want to do this and the third.
Yes.
She don't want to have her hair all flat and got to now have me rushing her to go to the bathroom, do what she does. So
Right.
sometimes she want to braid it up and just put something on top, headscarf or whatever, and keep moving.
That's right.
See, when people get at me and they say, yo, how come you let your wives do this, that, and the other? First of all, it's not a matter of this is their body.
And it's a part of art.
It is. It is art. It's an aesthetic.
Yeah.
And secondly, when you're a man and you understand you're a traveling man at that, and your family travels with you and rolls with you as you go, or you have a business that takes you in and out of different states and in and out the country at random, you'll realize, yo, we have to start making concessions and accommodations for the weight and as far as how we dress for where we got to go
Right.
to maintain our time.
True.
So it's not everybody's talk, but it's our talk. So I had to come to terms and be realistic here. Like, baby, we got to deal with this image, man. I don't want you wearing no wigs. I don't want you wearing no weave. Pick. So she's like, oh, so you must want us to be late all the time. I'm like, well, I ain't, you know what? Whatever you got to do to that, do that, because I got to be on time where I'm going, especially when we got 10-hour flights, 14-hour flights, 7-hour flights, 6-hour flights. I got to come to terms, and then when she breaks it down to me, and like, look, I just want to give my hair a break. Look, I ain't looking to pick my hair right now. Look, I'm just put a headscarf on, take it or leave it, but when I come out and we got to represent ourselves as a family, I will be on point. Believe that.
But honestly.
But in between then, when I got to bust a move, sometimes you got to allow this thing to marinate. I'm like, you know what?
But look,
you telling the
do you
truth.
see the difference, like, honestly speaking?
Yeah,
If
your
you
hair
guys,
is mad out.
If you
it grew.
guys were to go back to the old videos, my afro used to grow like a mohawk. Like I had an afro hawk. You hear me? And that's because I was constantly picking it, blow drying it. Every time, like, we have events almost every day. We have places to go. But honestly, since we've moved and we took a break, came out to Cali, I said, you know what, I'm going to adapt different hairstyles, because out here you want to go to the beach, the sun is constantly up, so you want to go to the beach, the pool, and you know how our naturals and humidity is. My hair come back like a fist real quick. So I said, hey, I'm going to adapt getting natural hairstyles. So I started doing the
crochet.
The crochet braids in here, and it's worked. And I'm gonna do it again, so don't get mad when you see it. Okay, that's for you too.
That's for all of us. That's for all of us. That's for all of us. Don't get mad when we see it, right? I'm with y'all. I love it just like that.
You guys have
But
been warned.
you gotta have patience. If you want it like that, you gotta have patience. That's what I learned. And you can't be picking it every damn day. And you can't be blow drying everything, destroying your hair every day. So, you know, it's not every day she got to come out with a whole afro to convince everybody she pro-black.
Exactly.
It's just,
It's mentality as well.
it's what you learn. It's what you learn. You know? So, this thing about humility, I'm probably going to do the real estate conversation a little after this, because this is an important conversation in itself. It's not a man's right to tell a woman what she should do and how she should do it. More rather, it's for the couple to come to terms about what they feel comfortable about chemistry-wise. So I have a say. She has a say.
And we both respect each other's opinion.
We got to respect each other's opinion.
That's it.
So, you know, people be like, telling me, your wife should be doing it. She shouldn't dress like that. She should. I'm like, does your wife know that you're so interested in my wife? Like, come on now. Like, handle that in your own relationship. 'Cause at the end of the day, I can't see no demonstration of them telling some woman what they should be wearing, what they should be doing, and why they should be doing it. I mean, first thing I need when you give me that type of advice, I need to see you doing that to your wife. I need to know you have a wife. It's very easy for men to just be writing on, oh, your wife should do this. Oh, your wife shouldn't do that. I'm like, bruh, I'm feeling like you ain't got no wife, because no woman's going to be comfortable knowing you got so much advice and tips to give to another man about his wife. Why you want her to be the perfect image of what you want to see? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, I mean, love is love, critique is critique, but some people just freaking just over anxious, man. They're just over anxious, man. They just do too much. She's right. My hair grew so much with braids and sewing weaves. All right, sisters, let's just not get too carried away.
That's right, sis. Let them know.
Don't get too carried away here. All right? But yeah, as a man, and you got wives and you got children, you got to turn around and listen. you're gonna learn a lot of stuff. Like, everybody's cycle changes when they live with each other in the house, as opposed to if it's just one woman in the household. If other women come in the household, you realize they cycles change, wind up synchronizing. Like, this is real. Or you could even see who's the dominant woman or the most aggressive woman. It's all sorts of different metaphysical aspects. It's all science now. But a lot of creepy shit be going on when you're around a lot of women. You know, it's creepy. At the end of the day, it's mad creepy. You know, I be spooked. But at the end of the day, as a man, I bear witness to it, and I say, man, women are totally different beings on planet Earth, particularly black women. You know, we want to talk about all the aggression and the talking back and attitude, but we're not really talking about the nuances of the woman. We're not really talking about the idiosyncrasies of the woman. That's a whole nother conversation. Women are very unique. Black women are very unique to planet Earth when it comes to beings on planet Earth. And I know this from being around women predominantly all the time. From being around women predominantly all the time, I know this. Gotta hook up this bed. It's getting crazy. I want to cut it. I just want to keep the stash. I think I'm gonna do that today. Yeah. If I don't do that, I'm gonna make it real skinny in preparation for cutting it. Y'all gotta miss me with all that beard stuff. I don't like how it's looking right now. Cause the guy, he cut it too thin. The first time when I wanted it nice and thick. So when this happens, I'd rather cut the whole thing off. I don't like having pieces growing out. It's not me. And then I'm in the middle of stuff and I can't get something done real quick. Then I gotta be pulling up looking like this. Man, I'd rather shave the whole damn thing off. Yeah, I'm gonna just fix it up. I'll keep this for ya. This gotta go. That gotta go. Yeah, man, I feel like I'm wearing a sweater.
No, stop. You're so extra sometimes.
I feel like I'm wearing a sweater, man. I don't wear a sweater on my face.
Oh my gosh, I miss this one.
I see the different Polite in the video with his father. Word. That's a dope video, right?
Oh yeah, I like that video a lot. And his pops, you actually got your pops to go on camera.
I know. Y'all don't even know how difficult it is. That man don't even send a text. He don't know what's the sense of writing it if he could just say it. And if he don't feel like writing it back, then he definitely don't feel like saying. If he don't feel like saying it back, why would he feel like writing it? Like, he got a whole doctrine around why text is evil. So the fact I got him on the camera to do the Instagram stuff, as he says, as the lady said, it's crazy. Word. So thank y'all for watching that. And it's wild too because my pops video, people are like, oh, that's an agent, he's not really my father.
I couldn't believe that.
Word. They like, that's not my father. I'm just looking to get views by showing my father and showing my daughter, and I'm here like this. If I'm looking to get views by showing my father and my daughter, what should I do? Should I start boot ganging? Should I take things out of Burger King, don't pay for it, and say a whole lot of gang shit? Like, what you want me to do? I give you me. And I believe I give you more of me than anybody else for the most part.
Sometimes I think you're too real for the people.
Yeah, it's like you want the self-proclaimed, self-appointed people who gave themselves their own names and give you no more of their identity than what they would actually tell you rather than show you. Right. They don't show you the neighborhood they come from, what school that they went to, the people that co-sign them from their neighborhood. Like, I mean, just think about it. You got people that have what appears to be over 100,000 subscribers on a platform, and then do a class and have less than 20 people show up. Like, just think about the reality of that. I mean, you don't even got 20 friends that's gonna come hear you speak in your own neighborhood. I don't get it. It's just weird. In your own neighborhood, like, picture me not being able to get 20 people from my neighborhood to show up to anything that I gotta do. I can't even walk in my neighborhood without having to take pictures and shake hands.
Right.
I can't walk into the borough of Brooklyn or the borough of Manhattan or the borough of the Bronx or Queens or Long Island without that. These are facts, and anybody that keeps up with my lives can tell you that. I can't go nowhere without that. And it's not even in New York only.
That's true.
Where people are tripping. you know. But it was a beautiful experience with my pops, and I did that because I wanted to show the world that's paying attention to me that I love my father. I don't want y'all only to know, I don't only want y'all to know the narrative of him walking out on us at a certain age, but I also want to let you know that my father and I came to terms, and we had a conversation about that which we never have a conversation about, and he gave me even more clarity. And as a man, I wouldn't want him to be alive and people to have a false perception of my father. I felt responsible enough to say, hey, if I can tell you the things that relate to his shortcomings and what has impacted me negatively, I got to be responsible enough to also let you know where I'm presently at right now.
That's right.
In the state of love that I have for my father. And that's humility, because it wasn't about the importance of me, it's about the importance of him.
Right. Okay.
So that's when I had to be humble. It was real important. We had a real good talk, and we finally talked about things that we just never discussed for years, man. And like I said, it's the first time him and I have called each other back-to-back days since cell phones was popping.
Right.
Never spoke to him back-to-back. And now I speak to him every single day on the phone. Never did that before.
You had to teach him how to do the video calling and everything.
Yeah, showing him how to do video calling. Minette was showing him. He started just being so open to so much stuff, man. I'm like, this guy is actually learning how to use his phone. Other than he uses his cell phone like a landline. He will leave it in the house and walk out.
Yes.
Let it ring. And if he picks up his cell phone, that means he's home. This is the type of stuff we got to deal with. You know, my pops is...
He never touched the computer.
Never. He won't even deal with the damn computer. This is the man who made me commit everything to memory. Made sure I ain't need no calculator for mathematics. Right. This is the man who taught me all this stuff. Right. Taught me how to do any number squared up into like the 20s, like easy. Taught me all the tricks to the times table, like if it's 11 times 22, 2 plus 2 equals 4, put the 4 in the middle, so 11 times 22 is 242. You know, like this guy right there, that guy right there. You feel what I'm saying? It's wild. Real wild. Gotta salute him. Gotta salute him. Yeah. Yeah, and I would say this. Our conversation was more about understanding than it was ever about forgiving. I'll tell you that. I don't even want to say I forgive my pops. I understand my pops. And and that is where you exercise more humility, because you never know if you wind up in a similar situation. It befalls you, and then next thing you know, you have to learn the hard way. So I took the opportunity to understand some of the relationship dynamics that he was subject to, and the fact that we don't, like we discussed, we don't have a setting that we can go to as black people or just black men for when the family's about to be broken up. A lot of people just not in anticipation of it. It just kind of happens. And when it happens with children involved, it's even worse, because the fears that set in for how your child's going to grow, normally that anguish is projected upon the other parent by both parents, and that only makes the environment even more hostile. So it's more a matter of me to understand his perspective, because I've heard everyone's perspective, even some of my mother's perspective before she died, the week I had with her, you know. But people are so callous that, you know, they spend the time looking for something wrong in that ordeal than to realize how they can heal themselves. So people taking the time out to say, I thought you never knew your father. There's not one video on planet Earth and no book that I've ever written that says I never knew my father. I've never said that. But I look at some of these weird and ridiculous comments, and I'm like, what is the conversation about? He's a liar. You see, you can't trust nothing he says because he said he never knew his father. And I'm like, that makes absolutely, positively no sense whatsoever. I've never said any time, at any point, or any occasion that I never knew my father. That makes no sense. There's not, and when people say these things, I'm always like, yo, where's the record? Why don't people look for the record? I've never said I never know my father. I said he walked out on us at a young age. I give you that. I tell you the exact age he walked out on, but I've never said I never knew my father. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Okay? Never said that. And my mom's, I even said I knew her, even though it was for only 7 days, that I can recollect. Because all them baby is, a dream here and there, but I don't recall even walking and knowing my mom's until I'm 17 and she dies the week I met her. So let's be for real here. That's what that is. Let's be for real. So, you know, the things that, with all that you could have gained from that experience that was being shared, you want to find out if I ever lied and said I never knew my father. Like, come on, man. You can't find nothing on the internet that says I never knew my father. And I'm always vocal about my personal life. Because I believe you need to know enough about a person's personal life in order for you to be able to understand them. That's what I believe. I believe in order for you to understand who you're listening to, you got to know more about their personal life. So I give you that. I give you imagery and connectivity demonstrated with my children. And then for my wives, that's more, I'm not going to say photogenic, but the ones who don't mind being on camera and being subject to the scrutiny and disrespect of black people. Like Aminette, she don't mind. She been rocking with me since I came into this. So she's like, yo, it's all good. I mean, she takes her breaks. She don't really be on it like that. But, you know, as you can clearly see, she's no stranger to the camera.
Take a selfie.
See, so she's photogenic. She's like, she's down. She's with the shits. She's like, people gonna say what they gonna say. And she's gonna support me no matter what. So it is what it is. But, you know, everybody else is overwhelmed. Not everybody else, but sometimes my wives is overwhelmed by some of this scrutiny. And I don't blame them, because people are very negative. And then they don't just leave it at me. They go to the wives. And they don't just leave it at the wives. They go to the children. They're wicked, man. They'll take their drama that they want to have with me and bring it even to our children. So no mother wants that. No mother wants that for their children. Tanya said, laugh out loud. Get it, girl.
I'm trying.
Oh, yeah, they'll be having a good time.
Oh my God.
What's that you be saying? Natural hair don't care?
Natural hair don't care.
And you know, people, now that's a good question. Why do you need to reply to the negatives? What's wild is if you don't reply, people say, how come you're not replying? You do reply, they say, why do you reply? So just call it balance. I don't reply to all that stuff. But sometimes it's not so much a reply to them. I'm sharing with you. It's a part of the venting process. I have to share with you what goes on. Because some of you would never believe some of the wild things that get said. You know, like if I sit next to my father, a man who obviously we share so many genetic traits, then when someone says he's an agent hired to look like he's my father, sometimes that has to be pointed out so you can see what type of mental problems that we're dealing with in the community. Mental health is real, because not only are people saying these type of things, they're believing these type of things. Like, my success has gotten people to the point that they would think I hired a man to be my father. You have to really consider that and realize, like, this is a pathology in itself. So it's not so much, oh, you responded to it. No, I'm sharing this with you because when the mind doesn't have something figured out, it tends to recycle it over and over because it's plagued by the idea. It's plagued by the notion that this concept even exists or that there's no answer to this equation, no answer to the solution. I'm constantly grasping for that answer to how someone can come up with something so ridiculous. All right? Or there's no way this man has that much wives in America. They're hired, they're fed to pretend that he has wives so he can gain people's attention and interest and love. Like, this is stuff that people write. And sometimes I just got to share it to get it out of my mind so it can go into your head so you can also raise an eyebrow and then let me know, yeah, it's crazy. So then I know I ain't walking around here thinking this is normal. So every now and then, yeah, I got to share some of the crazy stuff that gets said. Or my child that's not my biological daughter, grown men are saying, why is she calling him daddy? Why is she calling him? That's sexual. Like, yo, I'm here standing here like, I feel like I just came on planet Earth. Like, how can a man be confident saying that because a young lady, who's actually an adult now, but that a young lady calls a man that raised her since single digits daddy, and they say, why is she doing that? That's sexual. That's not your daughter. Man, that's your daughter. That's not, yo, you don't even realize how much you hurt my baby girl talking that crazy talk. We never even addressed me not being her father in so many years, her biological father. We haven't addressed it in so much years that it brought tears to both our eyes just having that conversation and reevaluating how significant this chaotic conversation is in the community, that I was sneaking and hiding the fact that she's not my actual daughter. And this is conscious people we got to explain this to. We actually went to tears because in her heart a lot of times, is when you got a lot of love for someone that raised you, you don't revisit if this person is my biological or nothing. We play our role. I'm her father. Every day that she accepts and embraces me. That's what that is. But when you throwing that in somebody's face, that's not your father, that's not your father. You don't even realize the hurt and pain and the anguish you're doing. And then you making it sexual because she calls me daddy? Well, I'm going to tell you this. A lot of grown women that got connections with their fathers and is healthy, they call their grown father daddy. Facts. But you wouldn't know because you people don't really deal with the real world. You deal with the internet. And that's another conversation that we got to have at a different time very soon. And that conversation is this. You get endorphins and oxytocin and all sorts of bonding and truth hormones and happiness from people liking your pictures on the internet. I'm going to show you how sick people are. When it comes to YouTube, not Instagram. Because on Instagram, someone like your picture, you see the number count go up. And that's all you have, likes and views. It's the only thing you really could use as a barometer to tell who's looking at you or appreciates you. That's Instagram. The whole concept of Instagram is to cater to a person's ego for the most part. And then there's other things if you're using it for marketing and branding. Most people are not. Most people are using it to connect with the outer world and get their attention so they can feel good about themselves every time they're appreciated. They're vindicated by the likes. That's something different. On YouTube, you have views. Views is the most important thing on YouTube, especially in the case for people that are looking to monetize the channel. Here's the problem I got. There was a grown man saying, hey, I'm not going to tell y'all none of the juice, none of the rumors, unless y'all press the like button. So now the question then becomes, does he make more money when people press like? No, he actually doesn't. You make more money when people view. You make more money when people view the video. So the likes is just to let you know who likes it. But you get your money from views. No part of the likes or dislike concept on YouTube evaluates to money. So the only thing that can make a person be so interested in how many people are liking their video on YouTube is a person who wants to feel appreciated. And if you got to go through such lengths to spread rumors to feel appreciated, then that means you don't appreciate the people in the real world, nor do you have enough people in the real world to appreciate you. So this means you start lacking in empathy hormones, meaning in your quest to be appreciated by that which you don't know, in your quest to be appreciated by people who don't know you, you are willing to go through extreme measures and lengths to grasp people's attention. So if you got to get likes because you and that person don't like the same person, then what you're going to do is castigate that person so you can get all the people that don't like them, so you could be appreciated for having the platform for not liking that person. This is a very sick world that people are living in. I'm not going to tell y'all nothing until you like this video. And I'm here looking like, yo, you don't even get paid for likes. So what is this? Is just for appreciation? Yo, listen, this is crazy. So this concept of friends and everything is so wild. I came in on a transition. So I came in on a level where I was teaching on the streets and teaching in the train. And back in the days when someone liked you, if they was from Delaware, but they came down to New York to hear you speak, tell right the young phenom one. Yeah, so back in the days, if someone came to hear me speak, the student had to be somewhat proficient in what I was saying, because that person had to convince another person to follow me down the class. That's how the information worked, right, Nut? Yeah. People had to really take in what you were saying so they could explain to other people why they like you in the first place, to attempt to get them to step foot in the door to hear this person that I'm going to see every weekend. Yeah. So in my bookstore, I was earning people that's on the trains. They call their friends, call their families from other places, say, look, when you come to town, I just need you to check this person. I'll be listening to this person. And that's how I gain people through the organic experience. I had to actually have the charisma. I had to have the personality. I didn't have no sound effects playing in the background. I ain't had no screenshots that I could pull up. Shit, I didn't even have a PowerPoint projector, nothing. I just had to stand there and be the reference. You take the notes, check it out. You had to go to the library. I feel like an old man. You had to go to the library and get it in. Facts. And so one day, YouTube came out, and it was out way before I even realized it. And I was like, damn, I got to figure this out. I got to acclimate myself to this. This is where it's going. And that was kind of wild. I was like, man, you got anything to drink, right? So this is where it was going. So I was like, okay, we're going to go with Pink Dye and get something to drink. They had the apple, the Martinelli's in there. So I'm like, I bet. Now we reach out to people electronically, and I don't mind that. But these people that's doing all this electronic hustling, I realize they don't know how to talk to people in person. And I liken them to the guy that goes to the strip club, who develops communication skills with strippers, and then they expect the women on the streets that they encounter to respond to them the same way the strippers do, who obviously are doing a job by stroking your ego. So when these brothers come from the strip club, and, you know, hey, how you doing today? How you doing today? Oh, you're sexy. Oh, word? So where do you live? Yeah, you're handsome. And you get to touch her and everything. You leave there feeling like, yo, this woman, she love me. Yo, them chicks love me. These chicks be on my body. You feeling great about yourself. Then you go in the real world, and the women deject you. Like, what the fuck out of here? Then you get mad at them. You're pissed off because you were used to them dealing with you a certain way in the strip club. And then you thought the world was your strip club, and you got hit with a reality check that, no, you will not be able to talk to women like that. No, you have to work harder to get the type of women that you're interested in if you got a high criteria. And so now you calling them all sorts of mother effers and B words and everything because your little 2-line, 3-line hustle that you thought was going to work on everybody apparently only worked on strippers who were doing their job, making you feel like you were somebody. So now, social media does the same thing. Social media has become one giant virtual strip club where we learn how to talk to people any way we choose. We can curse, mother effer this, bitch that, you know. I'm exposing you, I'm going to curse you out, I'm going to talk about your mother, I'm going to talk about your father. And then, guess what? After you get your thousands of views and thousands of subscribers, you go in and you have a lecture and only 20 people show up. Now you're mad as hell. And what you realize is your life has to stay more on the computer. Because in the real world, people don't embrace you. You're nobody in the real world, and that has to hurt. In the real world, the 100,000, 200,000 people that you think you're talking to in the real world, when it becomes only 20, 30, that tells you something about your social skills. Because if you can't get more than 20 people, you can't get more than 30 people to come listen to you speak free or charge, but you can have thousands of people listen to you online, that tells you got horrible social skills. That tells me you're not used to interfacing with human beings. That tells me the human experience has been compromised. And you only can get your message across to a lonely few that represent thousands in the virtual world who do not take any precedence in the physical world. It's true. So, a virtual like becomes more significant and prevalent in these weirdos' world than a human like. They would take 100 virtual likes over one human like. Or it's probably your ratio. 100 virtual likes to a human like equals the same to these people. Well, these people, I mean, just look how they talk and communicate when they have problems. That's not how real people communicate. You know how I know this? Because I came in a generation transitioning, not with the brothers who's who are a little younger than us do. So I'm 34. So the 20-year-old brothers, 24, 25, 26, 27, when they have a disagreement, they publish it online. They curse everyone out. They talk about people's mothers and fathers. They say, I'm going to kill you. I might stab you. They do all of that. People from my generation, just a few years apart, we might publish a video and get caught up in this stuff. But then there's a point where we're like, oh, word? Let's see each other in person. And then we can't never catch you. We can't never find you. See, that's where it gets different. Because people in my generation, when we wind up having a problem, what? You said that much? No more videos. We banging when we get a chance. This generation, they'll sing about who they killed and get locked up. They'll snitch on themselves. This generation, they will say anything because the people are watching. And then when they shut down the video, they ain't going to answer the phone call of the person that they was just threatening. They're going to avoid that city, that state, that borough, the person they was just talking about. They're going to say anything weird and ridiculous. And guess what? In the virtual world, you have other weirdos who support it. Yeah, talk about his daughter. Yeah, talk about his mother. Yeah, these people are crazy. And just a few years apart, I know better than to do that, because I'm like, yo, I don't want to be walking around somewhere and someone bop me over my damn head for talking about their child. Because when you talk about people's children, now you're talking about their uncles, their aunts, their best friends, and depending how old the child is, their boyfriend. You don't know who the hell you're talking about. There's another brother in the community who lied about my oldest daughter's biological father. And he's livid about that. Lied and said, yo, you know, the biological father was chasing her down the block. That was a lie. That's not even true. And POLIGHT was scared, and, you know, he let this man... That's all lies. But what you're not realizing is now you're talking about people you don't know. That's crazy. Like, why would you go so far? Why is this? But this social media will make you say anything to get other people's approval. Back in the day, you ain't like somebody, you want to deal with them and get things right. Yo, don't talk about me like that, yo. In school, if you was talking about somebody too much, you know what the circle do? They'll sneak and have other people on the phone. Not even three-way. Everybody else got to put their ear on the phone. Like 2, 3 people got to be next to the phone. Put it on speaker, whatever. And everybody got to hear you talking your crap. Then when you go to high school, yo, what's that shit you was saying about me yesterday? Well, what you don't know is I was on the phone. And everybody go, oh! And then now you got to throw your hands and you got to be held accountable for what you're saying. That's the real world. Right or wrong? We seen it several times in Wingate. We seen it several times in our high school. Several times in our high school, we seen this happen. Where people find out, oh, yeah, I was right next to her on the phone. That's what you don't know. Then you like, oh, shit. Now you mad that your friend set you up and you just got caught lying. You mad your friend set you up, but you're a liar. And guess what? We learned, yo, like Grandma told me, don't say nothing to nobody you're not willing for the world to know. That's what Grandma taught me. But now in social media, you saying everything, knowing damn well when you get off, you gonna call the cops if somebody come for your ass. Like, it's crazy. Don't say stuff that's gonna endanger you, especially if you got a family. Chill, freak out. But the younger generation, man, too many people are supporting this craziness because they themselves are crazy. Anybody in their right mind tell people, look, brother, don't go that far, because there's a point when you talk about people's family that you don't even know who supports the rest of those people. So many tiers when it comes to family. You got friends, you got cousins, you got nieces, you got aunts, you got uncles, you got siblings. Yo, why take on a fight with people you don't know because you don't like somebody else? And not only do you want to disrespect them, you want thousands of people to know you disrespecting them. You're looking to drive someone crazy. Yo, but the whole while they getting adrenaline because so many views. But you're not realizing people are viewing your demise. They want to see this shit come to a fucking, pardon my language, they want to see this thing come to a speedy halt. Call Tet and tell her I'm live. She can stop calling me over and over. I'll call her back. Yeah. But you don't realize these people want to see your life come to an end early. They want to see, okay, I see the mic in the wind. I get it. Yeah, so it's sad, man. It's sad. And every time I watch it, I feel sorry for people who talk about me. Because one thing I can say, if I'm not walking around here cursing out people's parents and talking about people's children, do you know what I know I could do? I could just walk around with a peace of mind. But you know these people, you know they're paranoid. There's no way you could tell me these people aren't paranoid. They're so paranoid, some of these people think Minister Farrakhan is out to kill them. Now, some of them think Minister Farrakhan is talking about them in their presentations and on Instagram. They're so crazy, they tell you, I turned down a meeting with Minister Louis Farrakhan because I don't like him. Man, shut up, man. Yo. Yo, hold on. Yo, there's really a crazy guy in the community. He said, my head not breaking out because I'm sick. When I'm training, the gloves are dirty. And it's rubbing off my forehead. That's why I'm breaking out. Yo, I can't make this shit up. So I'm like, yo, are they dipping the boxing gloves in raw sewage? And are you getting hit in your head every time you practice? Because the combination of the two would make what you're saying right. But yo, how could a person say all these craters and everything that's on their face is coming from the gloves that they're using to train? How much times are you getting hit in your head, bro? First of all, what kind of question? What kind of statement is that? Yo, just wear bandanas, son. Wear a bunch of band-aids if you ain't got a bandana. Wear do-rag very low. The shit is starting to surface just a little above the eyebrows. That shit probably go down to his eyes. That might not even be eyeballs no more. Them shits might be bumps in his head. He gotta figure that shit out. But anyway, the point of the matter is this. Oh no, we coming after him. It's when I get free time though. I told y'all I don't play around. But I'll let a person do 20, 30 videos and then I hit them with one because I don't got time for all of that. But I told y'all I'm gonna come for each one at a time. For fun. Oh yeah, we coming for you. Oh yeah, we coming for you. We know about the thousands and thousands of dollars you've been stealing. We coming for you. You don't have to answer to me. I got the number one reason why you gotta answer to me, but you'll figure that out when I deal with you. But yo, separate from that. Nigga said he got punched in his head with dirty gloves. That's why he break it out. Yo, you can't make this stuff up. You know when someone thinks everyone's stupid when they say stuff like that. So everybody else in the boxing world constantly getting punched in their goddamn head, training way more harder than you. Everyone in the MMA. Nobody else got these problems but you. You got an allergic reaction to dirty gloves. Then here's one. Use clean gloves. Simple. It's the dirt and the sweat that's on the gloves that's making me, I'm itching. Oh, man. We're going to deal with you. I just don't got the time like you got. Your world is that. You live in that world. That's all you got to your life. All you got is that. And everybody that's supporting you, knowing that you fucking stealing from everybody and then looking to defer everyone's attention to everyone else. Oh yeah, we got you. You don't even know how bad it is. Because I told you, I like to see how stupid people are. Because people are so dumb, they think that if you don't respond, you have nothing for them. I told you, I keep a devil file for every single body in the community that talks about me, that says I killed my daughter. Everybody that's dreaming up all sorts of pedophilia dreams when it comes to my oldest daughter, constantly soliciting some kind of sexual conversation about my oldest daughter. I got something for all of you. I got y'all guys. I got it. I'm not gonna tell you. But it's crazy that every single one of them, life is dirty. Way dirtier than they've attempted to have you imagine about other people. It's insane. It's almost too easy. Their phones is given to them by police. I'll show you how to do it to find out if a person's phone is administered to them by way of police department. I'll show you how to do it live. I ain't never seen nobody on parole could threaten people life, threaten people's children, threaten people's mother, have knives in their hands, say I'm gonna kill you and poke you until you die. I've never seen nobody on parole scam like a motherfucker left and right. I've never seen this shit. My nigga Meek Mill couldn't get away with this shit, and he Meek Mill. That man can't even ride a damn bike down the block without getting locked up with a parole violation. How the hell is this guy getting away with it? Me couldn't get away with it. It's crazy. And all the while, the white man ain't shit, but every time we turn around, you attacking another group of black people or another black person. Your whole thing is to create distrust and disharmony amongst nothing but black people in the community. Distrust and disharmony amongst all black people in the black conscious community. Make everybody don't trust no one because you're the one that's exposing everybody. Whole while, they use the convicted felon talking about you're going to open up daycare centers nationwide. Who the fuck is going to let her? Do you know it's against the law for a convicted felon to open up a daycare center? Like, how are you getting away with this stupid shit? And collected the money and saying, yo, my bad. It's because this other case came up. I wound up allocating the money over there. To who? Oh, the legal aid who got a contract with the state, so he can't take money. You paid a lawyer that can, the kindergarten, the daycare money went to the guy who you can't pay by law. No, matter of fact, yo, hook me up with cheap hotels. Like, son, you wild, son. The dude got a cheap hotel ring too. You can cop cheap hotels. Son is out of control. Oh, look at these UFOs. And it's a highway, you can hear the cars. Unless the UFOs got the same horns that Toyota and Lexus got on they shams. Come on, son. I can say this much, you know why? Because there's so much. I don't even have a whole stream that I could do this. Yo, I've never seen a lying Negro like this in my life. And the shit he do is so stupid. It ain't regular stupid. It is crazy stupid. It's like he's actually crazy. Yo, I'm reading people talking to him. Yo, so where's the daycare center? Well, actually, I'm setting it up nationwide. All I need is $10,000. I'm setting up daycare centers nationwide. And the Negro thing, somewhere in his mind, I don't respond because whatever reason he's thinking, but it ain't the right reason. I don't respond because I make sure you talk about me enough 15, 20 times so you could exhaust yourself. So I can just look at you like, okay. And plus, I'm too busy. But I'm taking a day off for your ass. I'm gonna take a day off for you. Cause we gotta really find out what the is going on with you, boy. You crazy, man. Like, some people are just nuts and some people are just crazy. I don't know what kind of nut he feel like. You know, sometimes you feel like a nut. They wasn't lying. I don't know if he's an almond nut. I don't know if he's a walnut. I don't know what he is, but that's a nutty Negro, man. He's crazy. So with that being said, peace, family. Yo, for real, how you gonna be a convicted felon talking about I'm gonna open up the daycare centers? Why you ain't say storefronts, oils and incense, headquarters for Pan-Africanism? Out of all things, the convicted felon is gonna open up a daycare center? Nationwide, not one, not two, but nationwide. My back, y'all. I had to use the money I raised for the attorney. The attorney is a legal aid. He don't get paid. My back, y'all. And the whole while, what he do? Yo, everyone in the community gotta be exposed. So him and the old head, hold on. So him and the old head and all these other people gotta be in cahoots. Because there's no way everybody that's dealing with him don't see that this nigga's stealing every damn thing. There's no way. There's no way everyone hanging out with him and co-signing him is not breaking bread. Because this is some stupid shit. I mean, it ain't regular shit. It's stupid shit. It's like non-creative shit. Like, hotels, fam. Like, what black conscious scholar come up with the, yo, you know, I'm going to get you these hotels for a cheap price? I've never seen a teacher do no shit like this. 1 minute it's UFOs, the next minute you're going to get me a Hotels.com discount. And the reason you're breaking out is because you're using dirty gloves and the sweat is fucking with your forehead? Man. And I haven't even begun to tell you what you don't know. I've never seen someone so stupid. I'm just sitting here just watching the fireworks. You might not hear nothing from me until next month. You might hear something from me tomorrow. I have no damn idea. I gotta just see when my schedule permits. So I can show you the facts and just tell y'all guys like, yo, listen, man. But right now he hung himself. He got so much beef, and this one, dude be like, yo, dude to celebrate someone's teacher having cancer, call someone else's teacher a pedophile, then dude to be like, yo, but why they calling my wife and threatening her? And he the type, he would even lie about that, because what he does reverse snitching. And I'm gonna tell you what reverse snitching is. Reverse snitching is when you start problems and people supposed to whip your fucking ass, and what you do, you lie about what people are attempting to do to you, so you could bring attention to them, so they could think, well, police and everybody's gonna think it's you, so then you'll stop and you won't ensue them. That's reverse snitching. Reverse snitching is starting trouble and then making up a story about people attempting to get at you, so the people that should get at you will back up. Oh yeah, you reverse snitched on me. Brother Polite got a female to set me up. I'm like, what the hell is he talking about? Brother Polite sent some woman. What the fuck is he talking about? I'm like, yo, what is this? But I realized what happened. He was supposed to get his ass cracked. Pause. For the little desperate, disrespectful stuff he was saying about me. So I said, oh, he one of those. I realized what he was. I realized. Then he gets restraining orders. We got you, sir. We got you, sir. Then you get restraining orders. We got you, sir. But guess what? You can only bother so many people. See, let me tell y'all something. With the young generation, they all want to be Tupac, right? But they don't want to be Tupac because Tupac is articulate. They don't want to be Tupac because he has an extensive body of work. No, they want to pick up the part of Tupac that got Tupac hurt. They want to pick up the part of Tupac that gets Tupac killed. They don't want to be the part of Tupac that's elegant, that's an eloquent speaker, that's brilliant, that has the spirit to raise the masses to do positive. No, they want to pick up the vulgarity. They want to pick up the cursing. They want to pick up, I'm beefing with every single body. I'm beefing with so much people that when something happens to me, I won't even know who's the one that did it because I done called everybody out. That's the part of Tupac that the young generation want to be. The young generation want to have so much damn beef like Tupac that when something happens, it's a toss-up as to who did it because he got problems with every damn body. That's what the young generation want to do. That's a fact. But it is what it is. I'm just saying, sometimes I just sit and I watch it all. Because at the end of the day, when people do all that negativity, so every video is negative. Today we dealing with this one. Today we dealing with that one. Today, now we're going to destroy this black organization. Like, when people on that means it's a hustle at this point. Because, damn, man, you can't be that mad at black people, man. And you got very little videos about white folks. Like, that shit's crazy. After a while, you just got to be mad at your living situation. And this shit is making you money. Because, again, all those subscribers ain't translating to people coming out to hear you speak. We got the photos, especially every time you do something in your hometown. No one comes out. Shit's crazy. When your security costs more than you can make at the door, you got to start doing fanatical stuff online to make sure you get those views. It's just wild, man. But you know me, I ain't got to mention nobody because the shit's so stupid it only fit in one category with one person. Anytime I talk about anybody's stupidity in the community, if you know about these people, you know exactly who it is because there ain't nobody else gonna do their level of stupid. So that's what it is. Yeah. And then, people that knock me for what I say and what I do and then attempt to follow behind me and then get frustrated because it don't work out the same way. You can't microwave success. That's a good one. We need to talk about that one later. You can't microwave success. So what we're seeing now is the backlash and the frustration when things don't work out as you plan because you went 0 to 100. I always say, if you come into the community and you get praised for beefing with people, that'll be the way you exit. If you come in starting drama, and that's how you get your momentum, you're gonna have to maintain drama for the rest of your damn career. And that drama eventually will consume you and take you over. It will destroy you. The drama you use to succeed is the drama that will come down to bring you down. So if the drama you came in with is that I gotta expose this one or expose that one, then that's gonna be the same drama that brings you down. And now if you look, all the people who take the time out exposing people and doing videos on each other, they all expose and do videos on each other. You campaign against people for years. Oh, this one's scamming this one's taking from that one. And then now look at you. Now everybody calling you a goddamn scammer. And it's actually true. And I don't see no record of you paying anybody back. Shit. Another conversation waiting to happen. Shit. As old school say, shit. As the Bages would say, you full of beer shy. Yo, this dude is crazy. Yo, I'm getting so punched in my forehead with dirty gloves. That's why I got all these bumps on my head. Oh, man. Look like he cleaned his head with a dirty toothbrush. He be thinking about the pyramids on Mars so much. His head look like the thoughts are protruding through his fucking forehead. This shit is crazy. But it's all right. I just like how it all manifests. Because you see, the whole while, I could have been doing 20 videos to his 20 videos so we could be at 40 right now. But instead, I said nothing. And I'm looking, I turn on the internet today, see what's going on. I'm like, let me see what these crazy Negroes is doing in the community. Let me see who banging on who today. Shit is entertainment. I ain't gonna watch it. I just see the titles, read a few comments. And I'm like, God damn. Look at this guy. Just type his name in it. You see all this shit. With court cases and daycare centers and hotels and threats and police. And I'm like, damn, boy, you busy this last year. I ain't gonna lie. You gotta draw some attention to yourself. It may not be the best attention, but hey, hopefully you can make it out the hood very fast and never have to be subject to the people that's on your heels right now. I don't wish nothing bad on nobody. I hope he live long enough to learn better and do better and stop with the negativity and start in more trouble than you can handle. I hope so. That's all I can hope for any man. But shit, I ain't perfect. I'm far from perfect. But the beauty about it is that I know. It's a damn shame. One thing you don't want to get involved with people is the expose game. Because once you start exposing people, it draws people's interest about you and how clean you really are. And no one hates nothing more than a person who exposes people only to find out they should have been exposed. Shit is actually sickening. Should have stuck to teaching and became more refined. You gave up on teaching to become a damn journalist that deals with rumors. Now the rumors is all over your head. I see the walls closing in on you. And guess what? All those people associated with you, they should be ashamed of themselves. Tis, 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 y'all. Y'all do all those exposed videos with him, and you're going to turn around and let him get away with these hotel schemes and these daycare center schemes and these legal fund schemes and these GoFundMe schemes and these UFO, the fake UFO. Oh, they did genetic testing on the UFO. Then you turn around, dude got to admit, damn, it was fake. So then where you get the genetic testing idea from? That means you was just lying. Yo, I'm telling you, family. They did DNA testing on this UFO that's in the tomb. Then you turn around, yeah, well, you know, I might have been wrong about that. So where the hell you got the DNA testing information from? Yo, I'm sorry, man. Yo, this shit be having me. Yo, when I be telling dudes about this, they don't even be believing me. I gotta let y'all go, man. The boss is telling me, when will you cut this out? I didn't even want to talk about this. This stuff is just so crazy. It's in my mind. It's so crazy. I can't believe human beings like this exist. The next time I get back on this about real estate, I ain't talking about none of this. Now I'm gonna have to name this.
No, you just cut it out.
Black beauty, humility, and social media crazy. I gotta like name it something that matches everything. But I mean, son is wild. But I'm gonna check y'all later. Check y'all later. Yeah, straight fake alien mummy. You know what I'm talking about?
Come on, don't stop.
Man, and then you got people like Ken Pratt who sends all sorts of homosexual messages to people. That's why I just blocked them. I know about you because two brothers in the community already put your name up there, so I'm not even gonna give you a chance to start that over here. But yo, I'm gonna check y'all. Sup, Vlad? Peace. Peace, Mike. Peace. Peace, peace, family.